When I was 15 at my first Melee tournament back in 2005, while I spectated my friend's match, a random person approached me from behind and bit me on the back of my shoulder. Was this a normal thing to expect at Smash tournaments? I jerked away, turning to face him, and he seemed just as surprised as me. Apparently, I looked exactly like one of his friends, and he was trying to scare them with some weird surprise greeting. I tried my best to laugh it off and get back to watching my friend's game, but the guy was so embarrassed he apologized profusely. After introducing himself, I learned he was one of the top 5 players at the event and in the region by the name of Lambchops. He was so apologetic, he demanded friends with me immediately. We ended up chatting throughout the event and exchanged contact information before departing. Lambchops grew to be the Smash mentor that I associate with most of my growth leading up to the prime that I experienced in Brawl. What's any of this got to do with tier breakers? Unfortunately, not everyone can be as lucky as I was to get literally bitten by a top player at their first tournament. I imagine most people in gaming communities have their fair share of social anxieties as it is. Climbing the social ladder in your local scene to the point of being invited to practice with the local legends might seem impossible. This leaves most players coming back week after week, grinding out the few sets they can before getting eliminated. There's gotta be a better way. This is where Tier Breakers comes in. Tier Breakers is a competition that focuses on educating its players, not just eliminating them. Tier Breakers is the bite you need to get involved in your local community. What is Tier Breakers? Tier Breakers is the world's first seasonal educational league. Tier Breakers does not seek to replace locals, but to coexist alongside them. Allow me to explain. On day 1 of Tier Breakers, we will draft seeded crews. Everyone registered will compete in a round robin to earn their seed. First seeds become crew captains. Crew captains take turns drafting the remaining players seed by seed. So each team will end up with a first seed, a second seed, a third seed, etc. Crews will be announced at the end of the first day, and the season will officially begin. Then, over the course of 2 to 3 months, players will compete as individuals in Tier Breakers sanctioned events. Tier Breakers sanctioned events will be specific pre-selected weeklies. Tier Breakers players will compete in these events and will earn points based on their placement toward their crew's total. On the last day of Tier Breakers, there will be a finals crew battle bracket, which will be seeded according to each crew's total points for the season. The crew with the most points in the season will have an easier final bracket. Crew captains will not be allowed to participate in the final crew battle bracket until the grand finals. This really ensures that no captain can solo carry their crew through the last bracket. The winning crew of this bracket will have proven to be the most improved crew of the season and awarded as the champion crew of Tier Breakers. The champion crew of Tier Breakers will take home a cash prize representative of the total pot. First place team gets 70% of the total pot split amongst themselves. Second place team gets 30% of the remaining pot split amongst themselves. And the third place team will get free entry until the next Tier Breakers season. It is my goal to raise enough money to send the entire winning crew to a national of their choice. This will include a $250 stipend for a round-trip flight per person. This would also ensure that every season, every player has a chance to win the opportunity to go to a major. As you can see, Tier Breakers incentivizes the best players in the local community to share their knowledge and time with the rest of the scene. There's no greater feeling to me than at the end of the first day, after the teams get announced, seeing all the players congregate around each other, introducing themselves with excitement and sharing contact information and schedules. The first South Florida Smash Ultimate Tier Breaker seasons will begin on May 20th at Gamers Heaven in Coconut Creek. This is where we will hold the initial round robin tournament to determine seeding for the crew draft. Then, as you can see in this graphic, over the course of May and into August of 2023, crews will have a number of weeklies to send their players to with the mission of placing as high as possible to collect as many points as they can. This season includes a total of 15 weeklies spread across 5 venues. There is one Tier Breaker sanctioned weekly each and every week. leading into the final week of the season where every tournament that week is up for grabs. And finally, on August 5th, 2023, we will host the final crew battle bracket at Gamers Heaven. The winning crew of this bracket will have proven once again to be the most improved crew of the season and awarded as the champion crew of Tier Breakers. The Tier Breakers itinerary, this graphic, along with a G-Sheet breakdown and instructions on how to register can be found on the Start TG page. Eventually, I have ambitions to bring Tier Breakers to many other regions and even other competitive communities. If Tier Breakers sounds like something you would be interested in having in your area, please feel free to DM us directly at tier_breakers or DM me directly at Sabrick anytime. If you live in South Florida, come to Gamers Heaven on Saturday, May 20th, and use the Start TG below to join Tier Breakers. Together, we climb. Thank you.